What's up, YouTube? It's Darian. I'm back with Darian the Dev, and I have another exciting vlog for you guys today. Today, I wanted to go over my first technical resume that helped me land my software engineering job. I know that with resumes, sometimes it's hard to know what the format should be, or everybody has like differing views of what a good resume looks like. So this information is actually coming directly from the tech bootcamp that I attended here in Detroit, Michigan, called Grand Circus. So these are basically going to be tips that they gave me, and I'll pass them on to you guys. And I'm also going to leave some resume templates down in the description below of this video so that you guys can just go ahead, use those templates and customize them, and pretty much be on your way to having a well-formatted technical resume, or pretty much a resume for almost anything, even if it's not specifically tech related. But yeah, figured that might help you guys out, so let's go ahead and jump straight into it. So the number one thing that was stressed to us about our technical resume is that less is more. So a one-page resume, as you guys can see, this is really not long at all. One page from start to bottom without a lot of white space. So that would be immediately my second tip, is don't leave any white space, or minimize the amount of white space on your resume as much as possible. So at the very top, like let's say right here where my name is, we want to try to minimize the amount of space between the top of the page and where our text begins. And then at the very bottom, less is more, true enough, but we don't want to leave any empty white space at the bottom between the last sentence of our resume and then the very bottom of the page, okay? So trying to get as much content on the one page as you possibly can without cramming too much stuff and making it look cluttered would be a really good idea. Moving on to this first paragraph right here. This paragraph basically is describing myself and giving a little bit of edification to my skill set. Make this sound personal, you guys. Like, the voice of your resume should sound as if you were speaking to the hiring manager, the HR person that's looking at this particular resume. Whoever might be looking at this, write on your resume as far as describing yourself as if you're talking to them or you're discussing with them. Because what you don't want to do is have that super robotic and generic tone that almost everyone has that's considered professional. In this case, we were basically taught that being personal goes a little bit of a further way. It makes you stand out more so than being professional, or whatever the traditional sense of wording in a resume might be. You want to make it really sound like yourself. I've got 4 sentences, but again, they're very short, very concise, and each sentence should tell a little bit more about you or your skill set, or something that sets you apart, that makes you unique from other candidates. Here with education, I did put my bootcamp on here, but I also linked my projects on GitHub to the actual resume, which was a great tip that I received from my career counselors, was to actually link to your project. Because a lot of the time, if you are submitting your resume digitally, you're going to be doing it in a PDF format anyways. So what you want to do is go ahead and give them an opportunity that whoever is looking at your resume can just click on something that's in your resume and actually go take a look at your projects without having to really leave your resume, open another tab or anything. Give them a chance to actually see what you're about and what you know, technically speaking, right from the resume. I think that was a great tip. Technical skills, again, try to keep this very concise. I tried to keep this as concise as possible. And also, when you're listing your technical skills, it doesn't hurt to actually list things that you are seeing consistently across jobs that you're looking to apply to. If you notice that a lot of jobs that you're looking to apply to are looking for certain frameworks, or they're looking for experience with a certain tool, or they're looking for a certain experience with a language or whatever the case might be. It doesn't hurt to, manipulate these and change them based on the job you're applying for. And it also doesn't hurt to literally go and see what the jobs are looking for and then translating that into your resume. Now, that doesn't mean to obviously lie about your skills, but you might want to emphasize something a little bit more, even if you have marginal experience with it, if you know that the company has that highly valued in an applicant. So that's tip number 4, I think. I don't know, losing count here, guys, sorry. Professional experience, obviously pretty straightforward, just the most relevant work experience, the ones that I think are the most transferable skills. Also, if you're new to tech and you haven't previously had a job in tech before, which if you're watching this video, I'm guessing that might be the case, then don't be ashamed to put the most relevant skills that you have or the most recent skills that you have as far as work experience, because those are good things in a tech employer's eyes from the standpoint that those are transferable skills. So the fact that, in my case, I worked at a pharmacy previously. I worked as a STEAM instructor, so I did teach lower level JavaScript to kids K through 8. And then I have a startup myself, and so I also listed that because that gives me a lot of room to speak towards a lot of different things that might fall into the business side of things, or that might fall into financial sides of things, or you can kind of take it any direction you want because you've had a lot of experience as a founder. And a lot of people out there are entrepreneurs. You might also have something that you can reference. If you have a YouTube channel, that's even something that, depending on what type of job you're applying for, those digital marketing skills, in my case, it was wireframing, all these different things, UI, UX. When you use personal entrepreneurial experiences on your resume, it really gives you a lot of room to show your drive, your motivation, and all the different skills that you were able to kind of learn by trial and error without having, formal education or a boss teach you that on the job. It shows your drive, and it's really done me a lot of good to have my own personal business on my resume. And it also helps that it's a technology company as well. But regardless, obviously keep the most relevant work experience. Don't be too worried or pressured if they're not tech related necessarily. Just remember that it's gonna look good that you have these transferable skills that you can speak to, and then you can tell a story. Use those work experiences to tell a story of how you landed into tech and how you transitioned and how you learned to, get into tech and coding and where you are now, and speak to your passions coming from your previous backgrounds and things like that. And you can bring a really fresh perspective to a new workplace by having these different professional experiences that are outside of technology. So don't downplay yourself. Make sure that you put your most diverse experiences as far as what you did at those jobs, your skills, things like that. And yeah, guys, that's pretty much it. So I think that was about 5 tips. I'm gonna leave a link down below to 2 resume templates that are really easy to modify and change. They're 1 page each, so they're already in the perfect format, and you guys just have to go in and manipulate some things, tweak them, make them your own, and start shipping them out to employers. So I really hope that helps. If this was informal, if you guys are enjoying this content, please give me a like, some thumbs up. Please go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. Leave me some comments down below, guys, on anything else you'd like me to speak on. And I have a lot more content coming you guys this way. So until I see you guys in the next video, it's Darian. This is Darian the Dev, and I'll see you. Peace.